All right, are we ready?
Not yet.
I'll wait for the signal.
My thumbs up.
All right.
Your audio is hot.
All right, guys. We are back. Sorry, we were having some technical difficulties. We're going to continue with lighting up the backdrop now for this setup. So we're going to introduce B. Are you going to go ahead and shoot
that's
that?
already B. Actually, I'm going to shoot it without it, and then I'm going to shoot it with it. And just so you guys know, point of reference, I'm shooting with an 85 mil. And that's my typical go-to for headshots.
Good information.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so go ahead and look over here real quick. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So we can get a close-up on this. That's actually without the backlight. Without the backlight. And let me go ahead and turn it on to show you the difference. All right. Hey, chin down. Nice. Big smile. Nice. All right. So let's go ahead and check out the difference. So in this case, we already have the backlight lit. And it does introduce a brighter background if that's what we're looking for. It really depends on the style that you want to go ahead and do. As we showed before, if we turn off the lights, if we have her come forward to us, the background will be more of a gray tone. So that's the only reason why we want to go ahead and light up the background. That way we can kind of make sure that it's lit if we're going for the white.
Yeah, so a lot of times when I do headshots, especially corporate headshots, they want a flat white background, as bright and as clean as possible. The reason for that is because a lot of times what will happen is they'll want to cut out the white background to put it on a flyer, put it on business cards. So that white background is imperative because it's a clean slate for the subject to be cut out from the background. It's a clean, shot for a website. So that is why it's highly sought after to have a clean white background. So with the first shots that we took, the background was, like I said, like a off gray, light gray, which is cool if that's what you're going for. I've actually had clients that wanted a gray background, but most of the time, more times than not, white backgrounds are most popular. Gray backgrounds and black backgrounds are, every now and then. So we're going to go ahead and swap out this beauty dish for a larger octabox without a beauty dish. And we're going to take a look at the differences between the lighting from the beauty dish to...
All right, so what we want to go ahead and actually take a look at here, the reason that we're switching this up is because we want to make sure that the lighting is flatter, more cleaner. So if you can tell, I don't know if you guys can actually zoom into my camera here, but if you guys can see, there's a little bit darker on her neck. And by introducing a bigger softbox, that actually should clean it up a little bit better and make it more of a cleaner headshot without that much contrast.
The light will start to wrap around your subject, so it'll start to, because this is a wider, the sides of the box are at a wider distance and can wrap around your subject and give you a brighter look.
So for comparison, that is a 28-inch softbox, and this is a 36-inch softbox.
Big smile. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to my camera, and I think we can see my camera now. So if you look at that image on the screen right now, you'll see that the light is, and I know it's hard to compare between the other shots that were taken earlier, but the light should be really soft across the model's face. And you should be able to see that the light is starting to wrap around her and give her a nice look on the screen there. All right, let me take it back off.
Were you able to see that?
Yeah, I think
okay,
they can
cool.
see it.
So,
And for reference for me, I'm shooting with a Tamron 28 to 75. We are both shooting on Sony bodies.
and
the other SM3.
lighting is Explorer 600 on main.
400, and then we have a 200 for the hair light back there.
Yeah.
So what I want to do now is we are. You want to introduce the eye light?
Let's go ahead and actually let me shoot this first.
Okay.
That way we can see compare that
Without
on my end. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So let's go ahead and. All right. Cool. So look over here real quick. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So let's go ahead and. All right. So for point of reference, a lot of the difference that you will pretty much see when you're going in a bigger softbox is the shadow. And you will definitely see more of a deeper shadow once the light is actually falling off. Even the position, because right now what we actually have here is that she's pretty much in the middle of the softbox. So the softbox is actually kind of like straight on her. So if we actually, let's just move it real quick and have it feather a little bit more so we can see the comparison of that. Let's see.
So just for reference, and for anybody that's watching that's not familiar with the term, feathering is putting your light off center of your model. So it's not directly aimed at her. It's actually aimed right across where she is, and you gotta imagine the light spilling out at the angle of the sides of the softbox are actually covered. So feathering just refers to moving the light off of your model and shooting across.
Yeah. So honestly, it's gonna be kind of tough to look at the difference, but
I'll take it on mine. I think they'll be able to see
all right, cool.
see it on mine here. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So an image should be coming up here. So from the last shot, you should actually see even more of a soft light. The difference is probably more noticeable, if you're looking at a raw image or if you're looking at on a larger screen. But that light that's coming across her face should be a lot more, even more. This my studio partner is gonna be real mad at me for this because this is like the secret weapon. But this is actually one of my favorite things to use. Give you more of a catch light in the eye. Think about the fact that when you're focusing on somebody. Focus. You're focusing on the eye. If the eye is not in focus, the shot is, really not in focus. So introducing a little bit more detail to the eye, introducing more lighting to the eye, it'll really make your photos pop. You'll get nice catch light at the bottom of the eye, and it just adds that much more professionalism to the shot, especially if you take it in post and bring out the eyes, kind of brighten them a little bit. It'll make it look really great.
Also, also what it does, it actually, I don't know if you mentioned it, but it's actually a bounce from the main light.